Hey, it's Pike. Welcome back to Jusant. Just continuing right where we left off, though it's another day. That's gonna be pretty crazy. Oh. I'm probably gonna have to reset this and just go down. I guess that's something I can do. I can just... Oh, that's... I got wrapped around that bar. Oh, there's one over here too. Was this one in the sun? Yeah, all the stuff withered. And there's a rest spot. I guess I just want to go up and to the left then. Nope. Oh, nope. I just got like 3 achievements just now. Like in like the last couple of minutes. I keep on doing the same thing I was doing last time. I'm holding the jump button and like thinking I need to like prime the jump, but I can just tap it. I keep on forgetting to just do that. Warning, this journal entry will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. I got to see Em again. I'm so glad I got to drop anchor at her hut. We made up for lost time in the blink of an eye. I almost capsized when I heard her laugh again. I had missed that so much. She started by grumbling about something before shrugging and changing the subject, just like old times. I found myself chattering endlessly. The words flooded out of me. I told her everything, from my parents getting ready to pack up and go to our theories about water and the clouds. Everything got all jumbled up, and I could tell my chatter made no sense, but she nodded as though she'd never heard anything more profound. It was about then that I realized the whole team was gawking at us with round fish eyes. Oops, how long had I been standing there talking to Em right in front of them? I hadn't even set my pack down yet. It was so awkward. Em gave a frown and barked orders at the assembled group. There was hardtack to prepare for everyone at the hut, and mattresses to air out, plus the salt the wind had blown into the corners. Everyone sprang up and got to work without another word. Em's one tough cookie, that's for sure. Plus she was armed with the wooden spoon that she was brandishing wildly. A pot was soon set to heat in the sun, while Sol swept the floor and Arlo scraped the plates. Em gave me a wink, and I laughed harder than I had in ages. Later on, our stomachs full and feet bandaged, Em told us the story she heard from travelers who stopped by her hut. One of them grabbed my attention. The legend of the Piper, a musician of old, who said to travel from region to region with his flute to make it rain. I'd never heard tell of it back home, but Arlo and Becca had. Where they're from, they said he'd celebrate the rain's arrival rather than making it rain. When comes the water, dances the Piper. I'm writing to keep my hands occupied, but I can't settle down, as though staying busy will delay our departure. I've already rewound all of my rope, checked over my pack. I brought way too many things aboard. And in this heat, besides, maybe, I don't need these 3 teapots or my favorite flower pots after all. I couldn't just leave them behind, but I know I can't go on like this. I'm entrusting them to you, Em. I hope they bring you as much comfort as they've brought me. I hope to see you again one day. I'm your crewmate, always. So I'm assuming this is where Em lives? Or lived. Presumably moved out, like most people. Yeah, let me check if I can actually, if the sensitivity controls will actually save. Doesn't seem like it. It's frustrating, it's still not fixed. I was thinking that maybe there was enough, but I guess it was already pretty high up to start with. Because it looked like there was something that maybe I could get there, but I don't know. I just realized I forgot to set a timer, so who knows how long I'll end up running this. You might see the screen flicker every once in a while. It'll probably be, I noticed when I was editing though, that I was having some screen tearing. I'm not sure if I fiddled with the controls, like the settings a little bit, and that might fix it. Because when I tested it, it wasn't screen tearing, but it could just be from something else that I'm just not noticing. Hopefully it's fixed, but if you see me like the screen flicker and I'm like just not doing this, just sitting still for a second, I'm probably just checking how long OBS has been recording for. Make sure I'm not going to be recording for like 2 hours straight. I haven't even bothered planting anything. What's the use? It breaks my heart to see the crops dying on the vine one by one and being powerless to stop it. I fought the sun long enough. I'd rather quit now than break my back for nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave the farm, probably. Finally pay you a visit, maybe? There's a little one already climbing? To think that I still haven't met her yet. Maybe throwing in the towel isn't such a bad thing after all. Oh no, I'm sorry, what an awful situation you're in. But yes, come for a visit. We'll gladly make room. The little one just started preschool, can you believe it? She's growing so fast. She's incredible, you see. With each passing sleep, she learns something new. When I'm with her, I feel like I'm rediscovering the world around me. She gives me hope again. I should warn you, though, she can be a handful. Oh, another cairn. Seems like, well, I guess both of these ways seem. It seems like I could go here, perhaps. Let's check first, because it seems the less. Like the other way, I obviously can go. Well, maybe not. That looks like it might be a broken bridge. No. Are you just going higher? Ah. Guess not. Am I gonna be swinging down to that side? Maybe I could even swing all the way to the other side. Maybe. Well, maybe I don't even need to swing all the way up. I could probably just grab on. Because I feel like I could probably get down there too, but I probably could just drop down off of this ledge over here to the left, if they let me. Okay, let's go down, well, at least try to go down first. Because this seems like it's probably the way forward. At the very least, it's more obvious, so it's much more likely. Yep. I guess that's a way to kind of climb back up. Yeah. Seems like it. So it seems like I could go back up without having to be like, but what about my rope? But what about my rope? Yeah, because that's almost the end. Oh, giant fossils on the wall. Maybe not that way. Let's see if I can. I might be able to go up to that, like. Oh, these rocks are sticking out a bit. Yeah. It just wasn't as obvious as some of the other handholds. Oh, barely made that. Kind of wondering if they have like any, how they mention oases. Oasis? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly the plural for that. I was wondering if I could perhaps see one from up here, off in the distance, something that would look like it. But nothing's standing out to me at the moment. Hey Ons, have you seen the latest posters? The ones that say that eat more salt to quench your thirst. Together, let's save water. Salt your food. Water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. It made me think of you. They're taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less while they use up all the water in the Great Basin to water those sun-scorched fields of theirs. Yeah, I saw it. Every little bit counts. Honestly. Have they got no shame? It's always the same to them. Same with them. But it's sure working out well for the store. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villages are already abandoned. I'm running low on pickleweed, hearth salt, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes. Though they're pretty bland and not what I'd recommend, at this rate I'm gonna have to start selling my personal stash. Another cairn. Oh, I guess this is for this. My brain was like, where am I supposed to be climbing? This is a flat wall, but like I said, I'm like wrapping around up there. So another one to the left. But is there another one? I think that I might see one up there. Yeah, I always forget to put secondary ones down. Ah. Come on. Okay, so like I said, I should just go to this left one. Ugh. That was getting pretty stressful there. To the left or over to the right? There's a bunch of rocks to climb to the right. The left almost seems like it might be its own thing. So maybe they were the same thing. Oh, is there something over there? Or is that maybe where we're going after this? Let's check to the left first. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a date. I can't quite believe it. I still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. It was so nice to forget about all this and all this for a sleep. I didn't realize it at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then your laughter, the dizziness after the long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, and the way your cheeks glowed pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? The journey through life on the same pebble? I'm sorry, I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. I'm afraid of what I'm going to miss out on if I don't send you this message. I hope you get it, Keely. Well, probably wouldn't have just walked off, but my heart stopped for a second. What way is forward and what way is not? Because there was another way back where I came from. Well, I guess I can. I guess this is not the intended way to go. Like, this is a side area. I just remembered I can do this. Well, yeah, I'm assuming maybe this is like another one of these things. Wait, maybe that would be the one that I found earlier. Well, let's explore this side first. That's pretty spooky in there. Or maybe that was the shell that was doing that? Maybe the blue is just items to find? Well, there's the shell or those murals or something. So this is where they kept cattle or something. Like a barn. Looks like something broke out in that back area. Okay, try to go another 10-15 minutes. That's about as long as I try to go. Where's this? I'm gonna go up. Well, it was saying Y, right? Oh, it's one of these. Okay, I guess that I'll drop down and see. Okay, that's where it was. This is where we were a little bit ago. That was before the stressful climb that we just went through. You know what? Raising pebbles was fun until I started doing it for a living. I think I've lost my way. You know me, I wasn't really thinking ahead when I took over the old farm. I couldn't just abandon the pebbles my parents cared for all their lives. Sure, I never dreamed of delivering the mail, but I kept the animals fed and my debts paid. I kept my noggin above water, like they say around your parts. But since the villages have been uprooted, it's been so hard. Too few people on the cliffs and too much distance to cover. I'm wearing myself and my animals out too. And I'm getting nothing but crumbs. I can't go on like this. I remember when we first met. That seems so long ago now. I'd run away from the farm. Remember how mad my dad was? That was quite something. But I just couldn't deal with the sun anymore. Now look where I ended up. I miss our belly laughs. I even miss the tunnels. Tommy, thanks for your letter. Things aren't any better here. I've made zero progress on my mending. I spent ages working on this hideous piece of embroidery because I'd rather watch rocks erode. Were you able to sort through your parents' stuff, like you wanted? The poor things never got to enjoy them. All they did was work. Is that what'll happen to us too? We could both decide to opt out. The world would keep on turning. Well, keep on not turning, you get the idea. Take care. So that's what the thing is, it's just the Earth stopped rotating for whatever reason. And everything's getting cooked on one side. Presumably on the other side. Maybe that's where most of the water is. All the heat. I'm not sure exactly how wind functions, like why exactly wind is. But maybe the sun and heat would play a part in it. Somehow it's just pushing all the humid air that's evaporating off to the other side of the world. Except for a couple pockets where those oases are. We make quite the odd team. Eccentrics, hardliners, optimists, turn with the tides. I've never seen such different kinds of people working towards a common goal. Well, sort of. I'm not so sure I'm on the same page as the others anymore. I realize that the people around me have nets and harpoons, knives. They want to capture the ballasts. I was sure we'd set off on this adventure to prove they were real, that we were going to study them, figure out how they were linked to the rain's disappearance, solve the mystery of the Piper. Now I hope those creatures only stories because this expedition is starting to look like a hunting party. I feel so stupid for not seeing it before. Another cairn. Was there a better way up here? I guess that must have been the intended way. Unless maybe they wanted me to jump out the... Oh yeah, well, okay, no, maybe not. For a second I thought I grabbed onto the windowsill right there. Okay, now we're back to where we were. Or maybe... they probably wanted me to just drop down here. Oh yeah, they did. Completely missed this. And I read that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I gotta go to the ladder. Man, we're going up so quickly now. Like, we gone pretty far pretty quick. I gotta zip line down, I guess. I was wondering for a second. Like, obviously I'm going over there, but how did I get there? All this stuff's in the way when I'm just going over there. Where are you gonna go? I guess this might not have a purpose. Like, I guess technically maybe they just have some of these in throughout that don't necessarily have any purpose. Just so it doesn't feel like it's only there for the purpose of solving a problem. Because they wouldn't only be in exactly the spots that you'd need them to be in. Yeah, and that probably just means, because that is about where it looked like we were going to end up going. Like we have to zip line across that rope right over our little blue buddy's head, down there, and then climb up. So that's that. Is there anything else though? Nope. I guess this is the shortcut back down. The other sleep, Rose asked me to tell him a bedtime story. He's getting to be a big boy now, but I love it when I can still pretend he's little. I decided to tell him the tale of the long rain. I told him about the overflowing canals, the high tide, the locks, and so on. But eventually he stopped me because he didn't understand. He didn't know what rain was. I started to doubt myself. We both agree that it's not just some tale our elders made up. It did exist, right? Hey, I think it did, yeah. But to be honest, I see where your kid's coming from. Water falling from the sky does sound pretty odd. I wouldn't be surprised if the old folks had made it all up and are having a good at us all up there. I don't get what the deal is with parents and the ocean. It's all they talk about. We have to explore the Great Plain, go further, cross the oceanic ridges, find the ocean, blah blah blah. Fine, set sail for the desert if you want, but why should I have to come along too? They're getting on my nerves. Honestly, I'm kind of scared, but I bet I'll get dizzy. Walking horizontally? Nope, no thanks, not for me. So that's it, Nil? You're leaving? I wouldn't mind going off on an expedition instead of marinating in this old place. It's so boring here. You have no idea. I can't take it anymore. If I have to roast, at least let me roast in the desert where things are happening. Plus, what if you found a spring? You'd be famous. I guess I'm gonna zip line down here and then we'll end it over on that ledge. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.